Hey GH peeps, what's happening? It's your girl, Taweri Babes, coming at you with a late night review for Thursday. It is Thursday, guys. Can y'all believe it? April the 11th, 2024. I hope you guys had a really good Thursday. I had a pretty decent Thursday. Yesterday I couldn't post. I was ready, guys. I was ready. I had my notes. I was sitting down. I was like, ooh, we got to talk about all that's going on, about the messiness. And then I got a phone call. And that phone call, it was a family emergency. And by the time it was all, you know, kind of, it was late. And, you know, girl got to go to bed because I got to work in the morning. So, yeah. But I will be posting a part 2. It won't be long. You know how we do. It'll be like, you know how we do. That's what the part 2 going to be about. But it ain't going to be a long, maybe a couple of, 5-10 minutes. I don't know. But I still got to talk about that. But that's not about that. This is about this. And today is April the 11th. So let's talk about it. Was GH giving, guys? Any highs? Any lows? Any? No, she didn't. As soon as she thought she seen something, go running Drew. I mean, I'm just like, and then when she said, now you know who I'm talking about, Nina. You know what? I can get with the no, I can't get with her level of petty because she's just too petty. But for her to sit there to say to Carly, so what would Sonny and what would Jason think? Like, Carly gives a fuck. Any of them think about her. Carly don't give a damn about what nobody think about her. That's why everybody hates her, right? Right? I mean, that's why that's why I respect her, because she don't give a fuck. You don't like me, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So when she said, I was like, oh my gosh, girl. Anyway, let's talk about today's show. Please leave your highlights. Please leave your suggestions. Not suggestions. Well, yeah, suggestions about what you think the show is doing. I mean, guys, I'm sorry. I'm loving it. It is soapy. It is messy. I can't wait for the mess just to ooze and keep oozing out. But yeah, please leave your highlights and your comments in the comment section. I do love reading you guys' highlights and comments. Y'all be cracking me the hell up, man. For real, y'all dope. For real, y'all dope. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you even haven't, if you ain't done it and you don't want to ever do it, you still dope because you tune in to me every time. So, let's talk about it. So, we're at Aurora. I got the wrong one. I knew I did because it said under the desk, though. I can't wait to talk about tomorrow. Okay, let me stop. Okay. We're at John's hotel room. And yes, guys, this was Kim testing. And yes, I'm sorry. Y'all gonna probably be like, Taweri, what? Yep, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Go ahead on, Carly. Why the fuck not? And I liked it. The blonde, blue eyes thing, the match up, the smirky smirk. Even though I know she playing I mean, come on now. She's gonna go see Jason and tell him all about it. And it's not going to be because she's hot. It's going to be because I was milking him for money. She's going to mess around and fall for that dude because he definitely was looking at her. But Carly wakes up to a sleeping John. He's all on the couch all beat up. And he wakes up tired and sore because, you know, Carly has been checking on him all night to make sure he ain't got no concussions. And he asks, has he passed concussed status? And she's like, well, yeah, you know, you're beat up, but your head's okay. Fast forward to John walking out the shower, towel on, while Carly's talking about where the hell is breakfast. And I'm like, you ain't went home yet, girl. Why are you still there? Carly, that's when I knew she was up to something. Because, I mean, you know, Carly spent, she would never be this close to anybody that she felt was antagonistic to Jason. Or Sonny, for that matter. So I don't trust this. But anyway, we're going to keep going at it. We're going to see. I do like the chemistry, I ain't going to lie. It's not as hot as Brennan, but it's given. It's given. It's definitely given. Where was I at? Because I'm a little too excited. So yeah, so Carly's checking on breakfast, and he's looking for the ibuprofen. Did y'all see him flex his little boobies? He was like, flex. I was like, okay. Okay, Johnny. It wasn't Drew's. Drew's was just sitting out like, let me stop. Whew. Oh, turns out the shower didn't get warm, folks. I'm like, damn. Okay, so does everything she touched just turn to shit? She touched Sonny. He's all fucked off now. Medicine's all messed up. Life just crazy. He's so weak he can't see straight. She done touched the hotel. The hotel all trashed out now. Water ain't working. Food being left outside. Eggs cold. She touched Drew. He, you know, I want to see her touch Drew some more. So let me stop. Yeah, let me stop. But yeah, so she's checking on to see where the breakfast is at. And turns out they didn't left it outside. And, you know, of course, they didn't even knock on the door. So the food is just sitting out there. And, of course, when she opens the door, who is standing by the door? Nina. And I'm like, is there a sniff thing that she has so she can sniff out Carly's presence? I mean, this is... Wasn't she just everywhere else in the store in GH today? Now she just ended up being at John's door. Just happened perchance. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I am not even sure why Carly even sat there and went out and closed the door. I would have grabbed the cart, closed the door on her face while she's sitting there talking. Because I'm going to give you something to talk about, boo. I'm not going to give you nothing at all. I'm just going to let that little weak-ass imagination do what it do. I'm going to take this card back in here. I'm going to do it with a smile on my face and close the door. That's what I would have done. But anyway, so Nina's like, fun night. And Carly's like, stock much. And I'm like, y'all too old for this. Y'all is too old for this. Damn it. These are grown-ass grandmas. I'm a grandma. We don't do this. I told y'all what I would have done. And Carly says something about the hotel not being what it used to be. And Nina says, what, better? And Carly's like, not quiet. Not quiet. Not quiet. Not quiet at all. And Nina mentions the FBI agent. And, oh, my God, what was Sonny and Jason thinking? I feel like Carly gives a fuck what anybody... I'm sorry, guys. I'm cussing. 7 minutes in, I'm already cussing. But we already know that Carly don't give two damns about, well, she used to, but she don't now. When Carly's done and she doing her own thing, she don't give a damn about that ex. But we all know that she gonna go talk to Jason, so I'm obviously she up to something. Let me see. And she's not Nina. She don't need to going around worried about some damn Invader article like Sonny cares about that. Anyway, she brings up Drew. And I'm like, what you talking about Drew for? The guy you was shagging just about a few, hours ago underneath his desk? Girl, bye. Do not bring up the man you just shagged. Nina has no... Anyway. So Carly picks up the food cover like, you see this shit, right? And then it's like, oh, well, yeah. She knew that shit was stale and cold looking. Eggs probably all jailed up. Oof. Carly wants to file a complaint, and Nina says she seems to be too busy to eat and too busy for all that. And Carly tells her to mind the business that pays her and manage her crappy ass hotel. Okay, that's not what she said, but that's what I ad-libbed. Okay, because that's basically what they were talking about. Girl, mind the business that pays you. Don't be all up in my business. That's why I would. But Carly, why did you even stay there and talk to her ass? I would have grabbed that cart out. Girl, you got to give them something to talk. You got to give them something. You can't just be giving nobody no attention. Why she even get that girl attention? I didn't agree with that. I would have made her really be mad. I would have grabbed that motherfucking cart and closed the door in her house, closed the door in her face, and then called the hotel staff and complained. But anyway, you know, Carly Spencer got to be Carly Spencer. So that's when John's like, friend, and Carly's more like, no, Carly's more like, nah, more like the person that sucks the life out of, sucks the life out of happiness. For her. She gave some happiness to Drew, well, something. John reads the room well, and Carly asks Carly, is she okay? And she's like, yeah, I try not to let Nina get to me. He's like, okay, I'm trying not to let Nina get to me. And then she starts complaining about the Metro Court and the customer service sucking and about pukey green paint in the bathroom walls. I don't know. I just put that part in there. And how she loved making people comfortable. And he asked about Bobby's and if she likes running Bobby's. And she's like, yeah, but that's just a restaurant. You know, you serve them and then they're up and gone. But I do understand her when she's talking about the hotel hospitality restaurant, because it's all in. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure the 5 stars get the 5 stars. You know, like I used to work in hospitality. Guys, you know, I think we've all, especially if you've been on this earth longer than 50 years, you've probably worked in everything. And I did used to work in hospitality, and yes, I loved it. And the tips were beautiful. Yes. People in the front desk also get tips because you're going to put Mr. High Roller in the best room. You're going to put him in his favorite room. You're going to remember his favorite room. So when he comes in, all he got to do is to slide his key right into his hand. You're going to know where the places for them to go. You're going to know what kind of settings they like. You just, you know, in that kind of industry where hers is, because I wouldn't even end nothing as, you know, like that. You feel me? I mean, it wasn't a bad it wasn't a bad, it was a business hotel, but it still wasn't nothing as rich as the Metro, you know, as they're trying to play it, right? But so it's just like big time for that. So I get Carly, and it wasn't just here's your menu, enjoy your meal, and you're gone. It's the whole entire thing. It's the towels. She ain't lying. The cotton and the towels. It's the sheets. It is the heat and the showers. Especially when you're in a high-end hotel. So I felt her on that. I really did. And that's what she gets for being stupid and selling her stuff and trying to, you know, bargaining her stuff off. And this, now you're going to learn. Something that you love, you don't play with, Carly. What else? Let's see. What else are we going to... She talks about making people comfortable. Oh, I said because of her goofy ass. John thanks Carly twice, and he said it was good to have a friend, even if it was just for a minute. And Carly does a famous twilt in her hair and smiles, something that Jocelyn has not managed to work yet. Just a minute. FBI's are not allowed to have friends. Smile. The hair goes again. Actually, she didn't smile. She didn't do that. She just smiled that time. Afraid you're going to tell me all your secrets. How you know you don't talk in your sleep? Smile, smile. John just hanging the door like. Now, I hope you ain't stupid. Okay? I mean, I'm not saying Carly ain't convincing, but we know Carly, so we know she would do anything for Jason, and smiling and flirting with the man just to get intel on him is something that she would definitely do. But John was like, so I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna run on over to the Quartermaine, y'all. Oh, so they couldn't use Lila's dress, but they used a part of it, and we will not know what part, probably like a brooch. But I want to know is, I wonder if Tracy gonna be like, so if you looked at the dress and you noted that the seams were no longer usable, then why didn't you just stop, put the dress back in the box, we'll put it in some freeze-dried thing, and we'll memorize it that way? Why deconstruct her dress? Now, that's just my personal opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But anyway, we're at the Quartermaine mansion. And Brooklyn's dress is ready, and she's nervous, and I'm pretty sure she is, and she's not, you can tell she's not happy that she's not wearing her grandma's dress, even though I thought it was kind of strange that they thought that she could fit it, but I didn't say that. Hey, I am a chunky woman. Y'all might not be able to tell, because I'm always up here. I'm not saying I'm just, you know, big, but, well, I get up there. I'm a full-figure woman. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not hating on Brooklyn. I just thought it was kind of funny that they thought that. Let me shut up, because I'm not helping the case at all. And y'all like to worry, but I'm full figure. But I thought it was kind of. I wouldn't have wanted my grandma's, great grandma's dress to be destroyed either, though. I wouldn't have wanted her dress to be destroyed. But she is very, very, very nervous about this, and she's not she's not happy that she can't wear her dress or couldn't have gotten it altered. And then that's when Lois, you know, being the mom that she is, reassures her daughter and promises that, honey, if this dress doesn't work out, don't worry, we're going to definitely get you another one. And she got time. They got money and she got time. Girl, bye. There's like 1,000 dress stores you can go get it altered in a few seconds. And of course, the dress is lovely and Brooklyn absolutely loves it. But unfortunately, we won't know until the wedding. And I'm nervous now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Y'all see what Brooklyn be wearing. And if she think that's cute, and I'm not saying she don't dress cute, because she do, but it's not appropriate to her frame. It ain't helping her frame. I'm pretty sure she got some curve in that frame, and we never see it. Now, it might be a spiritual thing. She might not want to be up there showing her figure. She's a mom. She might be like, that's not what moms do. But you know what I'm saying. Like, you see Maxie? Shit, Maxie dressing her ass off, boo. Anyway, that was a high five. Anyway, let me stop, guys. I missed y'all. I missed y'all so much. I know I'm talking to a camera, but I feel like when, I don't know, it's just weird. I miss talking to you guys. I can't wait to do a live. Anyway, where were we at? 'Cause I done lost myself. Oh, and when they're like, oh, and they felt like the designer really channeled Lila's presence, and it's going to really represent Lila and still rock Brooklyn style too, because she combined Brooklyn style with Lila. So it's going to be, that's why I'm wondering, guys, Brooklyn style? Why is she working at Crimson? And nobody got no style in that place. Brooklyn, you see Maxie wearing the part. I'm so proud of that they upped her wardrobe, man. So now it's Mom's turn to get dressed. Guys, why she come out with that little Mary the Moppet dress? That was like something Monica would wear at her age. I mean, it's pretty. Like a little petticoat. It was conservative. Brooklyn was like, okay, this is very different. Not because Brooklyn like, oh, my mom's gonna come out, she's gonna have all this smile and flair and blare. She came out in that little, it was a beautiful church dress. That I don't even see that being the appropriate mother of the bride dress, especially with a figure like Lois's. I was just like, you could have found a badass conservative dress and still look better than that. Okay, but Lois came out, and then when she asked her, then her daughter said, okay, I'm trying to rationalize the dress. What are you doing with your nails? And Lois said, oh, I'm just going to do something clear. She was like, oh, hey, you know what, Mom, no. Please, I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be having a good time. I want you to be happy. Are you happy? Are you comfortable? And Lois like, oh, this is definitely not me. You see how she was walking around and scratching and stuff. Like I said, it's a good church dress. But for that type of event, hell no. Lois, what the hell were you thinking? Girl, you could have been conservative and still, I don't know. That did not seem like that was a Quartermaine. That's something that you were to a Quartermaine aficionado of a wedding. I don't know. They try to make this such like a royal wedding. Oh, and Brooklyn does say that this is not the royal wedding to her mom. You wear what you want. Be comfortable. Not that comfortable. Anyway, Chase handsome ass shows up, and he has commissioned a snatched shiny dress. Now, y'all, I first watched it on one channel, then I had to go and watch it on Hulu so I could get a clear, because when I first seen it, I was like, but then when I seen it was a snatch, it was a wrap across your heart, wrap around. I was like, ooh, that's going to hug Brooklyn in the right way. Guys, I'm more excited to see her in that black dress than I am to see her in the wedding dress. I am not going to front. I cannot wait to see her body. We going to see Brooklyn's body in something. I can't fucking wait. If we don't see her in that dress and she has on a big ass shawl, I'm going to be mad as hell. I'm going to be mad as hell. Be like, you a grown ass woman, girl. Don't be afraid of your body. You can be juicy on the screen. Fuck what people think. Shit. Just look sexy with it. That's all you got to do. That's how I do my juice. Yeah, I'm sexy with it. Okay. Let me go, because guys, I'm getting. But yeah, he ain't got her this snatched, shiny, bedazzled dress. It is nice. And Brooklyn's like, long sleeves? She says, this is beautiful, but long sleeves, baby? He's like, oh, we're not going to Palm Beach. He done sold his truck, y'all, so they can go to Florence, Italy, her dream place to go. Now, you know what? First of all, that is fucking beautiful. Secondly, girl, you are rich. What are you talking about? Sorry, guys. What you mean you ain't never went to Florence, Italy? I looked when she said that, I was like, that's a bucket list. Aren't you a Quartermain? Isn't your father Ned Quartermain? Isn't he like, his mother is Tracy Quartermain, the daughter of the main Edward Quartermain? Are you serious? You never been? She was just flossing about to Danny about how they can go and get a lawyer. You a Quartermain, but you ain't never been to Florence, India, girl. Okay, that should be nothing for y'all. Wasn't Michael planning on taking Willow on some like Paris or something? But that's when they found about her birth certificate, and I wonder if he gonna really take her there, because I think they deserve a trip. Seems like they're getting rid of everybody. Y'all noticed that, right? Now Chase and Brooklyn gonna be gone to Florence City, so we're not gonna see them. They're gonna be on screen for a while. But anyway, yeah, that was like, okay. But that was still beautiful, because he did, I mean, wow, selling his truck to take her there and not even asking her about it. And you know she's gonna be not liking it, because she know that he poor compared to her. She, like, that's what I'm saying. And I'm like looking at like, why is this the first time you going though? Why you mad at him? He trying to make you happy. But anyway, we're going to flat on over to Aurora. Aurora. And Drew is congratulating Curtis for walking in on his 10 toes. And I was going to, I'm not going to bag on Curtis. Today is not bag on Curtis Day. Curtis came in there, you know, getting his step on. He carried this momentum throughout the time. If he had it, all of a sudden came in there staggering and kind of like he was, and then all of a sudden he was all souffled, I would have ate his ass alive. But he carried on his uneasiness of walking during the scene, and Drew was just contemplating his, you know, that's his homeboy, on him getting up on his feet after surgery and walking. He's like, it's such an amazement. You're such an amazing person. And Drew has called a meeting with Michael and Curtis and him. And I'm thinking, okay, guys, so this was really a stupid kind of, I'm sorry, I didn't really, I guess a bit more money in Curtis's pocket though, right? But I was just like, I think the only good thing about this scene was the end. Y'all agree? Y'all let me know if y'all agree with that. The only good thing about this scene was the end scene. But let me get through it. So, so they have a brief discussion on Jason's shooting, and Curtis is talking about how nice it is that it wasn't him. And I'm like, correct, boo, because if it had been, you would have been pushing up daisies. You would have been sleeping with the angels. If Jason would have went after you, you would not be here. And Curtis, let's wrap it around to, who is you, bruh? Nobody. You Curtis. Somebody said Curtis the crackhead, but I'm not repeating that. Oh, I just did. Moving along. Drew wants to dive into health and wellness. Guys, when they kept saying that, I was really lost for a minute until Curtis was like, and I honestly think, because then Michael was like, oh yeah, everybody's into health and wellness. The 40s, the new 20s. I was like, okay, I get that. But then when Drew was like, so yeah, I think Aurora would be a great time for Aurora to venture to it. And Michael's like, yeah, it's on tap. And I'm like, okay, what the hell are they talking about? And then he asked, and then Curtis is like, okay, but what's this got to do with me? And they're like, oh, so that's when Drew asked him, he asked Curtis, so Curtis, what would that mean to you? And I'm like, obviously, Drew don't know what the hell he's talking about. And he just likes the word health and wellness. Michael's got the data. He's got the info to back up the sales pitch. He just wants Curtis to tell him what we can do with health and wellness. Because I ain't got no fucking clue, man. It just sounds groovy to me. Now, see, that's my opinion. And I'm not being cruel on Drew. I'm not being cruel. I'm not being cruel on Drew. But when he said health and wellness, I was just like, I work in health and wellness. What are you talking about? Health and wellness. That's a vibe range. And then Michael said, well, about healthy lifestyles. People trying to, that's 40 trying to, looking like they're 20. I get all that. And, like, where is this going? Drinks, shakes, what? And then that's when Curtis said, because I feel like Curtis was the one who actually gave the idea of where they were going with the health and wellness. And Curtis is talking about, oh, so you mean like a high-end fitness club where they have plunge baths? I had to look that up. Ice baths. People pay to sit in the water on purpose. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be somebody on this comment section and be like, I do it all the time. Y'all crazy. God bless you. You're crazy. I'm not freezing on purpose. No, I'm not a football player. I'm not doing anything that high. But yeah, people pay for that. That's high end. And meditation and yoga, and then they'd have like a high-end gym. So basically a real fancy gym, an all-inclusive gym. And we can get them all worldwide. Make them conglomerate and make money. And then Curtis was like, all we really need is the money. And then Drew is like, we got money. That's literally how he looked. Like, we got money. Because now he knows what he going to do with the word health and wellness. I'm sorry. If y'all ain't getting what I'm trying to come with this one, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a little too. Yeah. Anyway, where am I at? And then that's when Nina walks in. Guess what? I seen Carly. I'm like, girl. So you just don't got no coof, no business etiquette. You running around here acting like a 12-year-old. How is this Harris, Iris, virus? What the hell? Gosh, she acting. This she older than me. If this is how rich folks, I'm so glad I'm not rich. I'm like, Nina, you should not be this, just barging in to you don't know what he's in there doing, and you just barging in. And she talking about she got more, y'all talk, people, not gonna say y'all, people be talking about she got more business sense than Carly. She should, shouldn't she? Is this business sense? Sleeping with her boss? Or not her boss, underneath his desk, and barging in to buildings to announce and let me just do this, because this was so crazy. And that's when Nina walks in talking about Carly. Drew's like, "Eat me in the meeting." Michael's like, wait a minute. What did you do? What did you say to my mom? What's up? What are we talking about my mom? Because you know Michael got to be Michael, because he can't have his own self without defending his parents. And that's when she's like, oh, well, I just thought that, Drew would like to know that Carly is sleeping with, the FBI agent John. And I'm like, so what you saying now, Nina? What you saying, Nina, is you're just completely throwing any chance of a relationship with Willow. You're just saying, fuck it. She didn't like my anniversary dinner, so I'm just gonna throw pie in the sky, and I don't care why. Because simply would have been like, I am so sorry. This was inappropriate. I was going to talk about Carly being mad about the breakfast, and I just felt like she was picking on me, but you know what? That was inappropriate. Let me backtrack, and walked her butt back out. But no, not Nina. No, not Nina. She got to go for the black eye, and I'm pretty sure, I pray that Drew does not bring up about, you mad at her, but we just got messy on the floor with rug burns and all for 45 minutes. Guys, 45 minutes. First of all, we got to talk about that in the second video. I'm sorry. But if he bring up the rug burns, first of all, I'm going to love that shit, okay? I'm going to love that shit because it's soapy and it's juicy and it's messy. But, the woman in me says that wouldn't be friendly. Just tell her to take her crazy ass out of his office. But if he bring up the rug burns, I'm going to be... But did y'all see Curtis's face? He looking like the embarrassed best friend of Nina. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know why she comes out with outbursts like this. We gonna go over to the invader. Okay, so we got, oh my gosh, I love me some. You know what? I like Nina. I hate like Nina. Okay, we gotta have a Nina, right? So Nina accuses Alexis of being mean to the new publisher DeWitt, and Alexis like, is this the second grade? Is this the second grade? What are we doing here? Why are they writing Nina to be a 16-year-old? Maybe that's why she gets along with Shar, because she's in the same mental health part. I don't know. And Nina reminds Alexis that DeWitt, Witty is the associate producer. Publisher. And Alexis is so tired of hearing that and tired of hearing her remind her of that. And I'm like, well, why don't you just walk your tired ass up out the damn office then? Bye. Yeah, I said it. And she brings up that he is incompetent. And when he falls on his ass, it ain't going to be Alexis's fault. It's going to be Nina's fault. And they discuss DeWitt being the perfect pain in the ass. And Nina likes it for Alexis. And of course she does, because Nina wants to make everybody sad like her. And Alexis says that they were doing right. We were doing fine before y'all came along. And she was like, yeah, but you're doing better now because of me. Sales are going up, and Alexis is like, so you think it's because this little gossip column that is going up? And Nina's like, well, isn't it? See, if you want them to read or accept what you're doing, you can't push them. You gotta woo them. You gotta, you know, get them in slowly. And I'm like, isn't that odd that you don't take your own advice? None? You don't use this to your life so you can say some powerful shit and then go and be a twit later, about 5 minutes later, which she was, because this is the scene before she ran into to tell them about what Carly was doing. That's a grown-ass woman. Why are you spreading my business? Just like she spread the business about Willow and TJ. When Alexis says she can quit, and I'm like, why do you keep threatening her? Just walk out if you're so big and bad. Nina shows her the door, and I don't blame Nina. I would have been like, you don't like it, leave, because I'm running this, and this is what it is. Okay? You can't they're just going to keep going back and forth. But anyway. But then Alexis says, oh, you saying that, but you need me. I'm like, well, obviously you need her too, because you would have just walked. Why are you there, Alexis? You ain't got no money in your savings. You're a Cassadine. You should be good to go. You don't need this job. You don't need to do this. So why are you there? Why is she there, guys? Why are we even talking about this scene at all? This is just, to me, you walk, girl. Walk. Just leave. If you don't like it, leave. Why are we even doing this? This is just convoluted. I think I'm using the wrong word. Anyway. Where are we at? Oh, but Nina tells Alexis that she refuses to grow up. And I thought that was ironic because Nina's acting like a 16-year-old and she's definitely not growing up. And tells her, you don't got a choice. DeWitt stays. And I'm like, I've highlighted, I find so many things wrong with that sentence. Probably the spelling for my part. But, but the fact that she's talking about she refuses to grow up. I'm like, Nina, are you serious right now? And that's when Molly comes in, and she basically is in trouble with the DA's office because they think she is the leak about Heather and this whole entire possible conviction overturns. And she wants Alexis to give Molly the person that leaked it to her so she can clear her name. And I'm like, no. And do your job. And that's exactly what her mom says. And she says, honey, this is a freedom of speech. You want to lock me up? You can. And the whole entire time I'm thinking, and I'm glad that Alexis brought that up, because I think we all wanted to know. So is the DA considering opening these cases and letting her out? And she asked Molly point blank, and Molly didn't say nothing. And maybe Molly didn't say nothing because she didn't want to tell her mama the reporter. And I would be mighty disgusted if they let her out. That's all I'm going to say. And I'll be mighty disgusted when they let her out, but I'll be mighty laughing my ass off when she escapes with Ace. Oh, do-gooders. Oh my gosh, I can't stand Laura and Kevin. So where are we at? Alexis is like, yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that. Oh, so the mess one, as Molly is walking out, because she, of course, she's like, Mom, you win again. She picks up a folder that was delivered, and Alexis is like, oh, I was too angry, to look at it. But angry, but you're there. Angry, but you're there. And Alexis asks Molly to open it, and it's from the appeals decision, and they are actually going to do the court case to appeal to see if they can get Alexis's law license back. And so we're one step to Alexis being a lawyer, and I'm all for that because this invader story is just starting to give me grief. We're gonna go over to the Ashford men, and they're meeting at the park. And guys, I actually really did like this scene. I really did. So we got TJ and Marshall, and they're having lunch at the park. They're having egg salad sandwich. That's the nastiest shit in the world. I'm sorry. No. Put some tuna or something in there. And there's trouble in paradise. Okay, guys. This is my main issue with how they do this family. We don't get to see the issues that they're having. We don't know that Molly and TJ are having issues because we don't get to see them having issues. I want to see them at the kitchen table not being able to talk because Christina's a pain in the ass, both of them. And I want to see them having this thing where she's trying to talk to her and she's just trying to scrub it under and act like it's not going to happen, like it's not happening. I want to see that. I want to see it because anyway, maybe it's just me. But TJ is definitely regretting Christina being their surrogate. And he thinks he's a coward. And Marshall says, nah, bro, you just being supportive. But TJ thinks he pushed his own feelings aside because he was so concerned about Molly. And he recognized her pain about her not being able to have a baby. But I'm like, y'all really didn't even give yourself a chance to handle that. Well, I'm not going to say you, TJ. I'm going to say Molly really didn't give herself a chance to deal with that. She just rushed into, well, now I got to have a baby since I can't have one. Moving along, but Marshall's supportive. And, no, that was misplaced. Sorry, guys. So they discuss Molly knowing about TJ's concerns, and he's like, well, not exactly, but yeah. And she's worried too. And TJ's afraid that Christina isn't taking the best care of herself, and she's hanging out late, not avoiding stress, and hanging out with a dad that gets shot at the regular. Now, when he said all of this, I was like, boy, are you effing serious? Really? So then you really should have gotten a surrogate. Or you just get a bot. Get a bot and put the baby in the bot, and so that you can just press all the situations. Hanging out late? When is Christina? Because she was at the hospital with her brother who shot, avoiding stress. Her brother was shot. Hanging out late. She has a life, and I don't like it, Molly doesn't have a life, so I don't want Christina to have a life either. I thought that was a little bit... I thought that conversation... And then the thing about Sonny and her hanging away her father, and he's constantly... You knew all these things before, TJ. You knew all these things before. You knew all these things before, so I guess this is why he calls himself a coward. I do think he's a little controlling. She can't have a life. She just got to stay in the bubble for their baby. And he even feels... Where was I at? He even feels that she's acting like the baby's hers. Well, she is kind of acting like the baby's hers. But TJ says when he brings it up to Molly, Molly defends her sister, even though he knows that she's concerned also. Yeah, that's because Molly doesn't want to admit that she was wrong about this. And Molly probably feels the same way about what Christina's doing like TJ. She probably thinks, she's hanging out all night. I wouldn't be hanging out at night. Y'all can't even make it to y'all baby's doctor appointment, though. Let's put the cards on the table. This girl's had a whole entire little ultrasound with the little heartbeats and all, not ultrasound, but a little heart, little heartbeats thing, and y'all weren't there for the sonogram. So y'all already missing appointments, and y'all talking about her staying out of light. This guys, this is gonna be so messy, and I'm so fucking for it. But where was I at? He feels that him and Molly should be closer than ever, but instead they are moving more and more distance. I don't know what that means. And when he brings it up to Christina, she makes him feel like he's overreacting, and treats him like she's in control. And he's like, he knows he sounds ungrateful. I can kind of feel him on that part, because every time he says, or so she always tries to make him seem like he's overreacting, and her and Molly are okay, so your feelings are not valid. I'm like, y'all do know that was his sperm. I mean, can I say that on here? Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know. Y'all do know that's his little curly tadpole that got up in there and got the baby, right? If it hadn't been for his tadpole, there wouldn't be nothing going on. So I do feel him on how Christina be kind of like, shutting him down, even though he's a little bit controlling. Marshall said, you sound human. And TJ's like, that's what my mom be saying. And he says, well, your mom's a smart woman. And Marshall admits that that TJ is in a real tough position. And when he was in a tough position, he got up and ran. He says what's going on is what he wants to call male nature to go for the big fix. And I agree with Marshall on that. Oh my gosh, I agree with Marshall on that. When it would be better to just let it breathe and settle and let it just be. Just breathe and settle. Just let it just work itself out. Don't feel like you gotta fix it. Sometimes that's not gonna work. Sometimes you need to sit back and see what's gonna happen. And he was right about that. I really think that was the best advice he could have ever gave him. And then Marshall tells him another nugget. You can't change who, and you sure the hell can't fix the fact that she's already pregnant. There's nothing you can do about that right now, right? So don't sit there and waste your worries and going crazy and trying to, because you can't micromanage her life, because that's what he's trying to do, really, if you ask me. But focus on you and Molly, and remember the whole picture. You and her, your partner. This is the time for you and her. And Marshall also said another thing. You about to be a parent soon. I was like, 3 months. Damn, 3 months? She been pregnant that long? That must be that General Hospital pregnancy shit. But anyway, he was like, you about to be a parent in 3 months, and y'all need to be building up on y'all. He ain't lying, because once that baby comes, there ain't gonna be no more of all that. I don't know how they gonna do it. They can't. I don't even know how these two people gonna do it with their busy ass schedules. But it's gonna be interesting. And he reminds TJ that she's a special woman. So we're gonna move along to the Metro Court. And this was a very interesting scene, guys. I honestly think that Anna was not trusting Valentine in nothing he was saying. So this is Anna and Valentine, and Anna seeks the devil. And I titled this one, Anna seeks the devil out to get info on Pikeman, the devil being Valentine. I think, to me, she's really just gathering information. And she can tell when Dante's lying, because she's been his girlfriend for a while. She's been knowing him for forever. So if Valentine do not think that Anna can't tell when you're lying, especially after this whole entire shard thing, now she's looking for telltales. Now she's looking for signs. See, at first she didn't have no reason to not trust you, but now she don't trust you. After sharding, she don't trust him no more. She still has a heart for him, but she don't trust him no more. And I'm pretty sure she was looking at him like, and y'all seen how she was responding back to him. It was too nonchalant. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and start this one off. When she asked him for his help with the case, when she asked him to help her with the Pikeman case, did y'all see his face? He almost spit. He was like, she noticed that, twitching the mouth. And it brings up the ambush about her and Dante. by Hume, who worked for Pikeman. She says, so strange. It's run by, like, you know, a ghost. And he's like, a ghost? And she's like, yeah, a ghost. She's putting two together. Anna's not stupid. I'm just trying to find out who the top of the pyramid may be. And I was wondering if, you know, you could provide me with some information. He said, with Pikeman? Well, you were working with them, right? I was like, oh, lure and bat. Brennan should have known that he was not gonna, that Valentine was gonna not be able to lie to Anna. But he was like, well, I was a runner, nothing else. And she's like, yeah, well, you know what? Anyway, how did that happen? How did you, you know, get to where you was? Well, I helped them out for a while, and they just, you know, eventually trusted me. Anna's face, when he was talking, she was like, that's all I wrote after that. Because I was like, you lying. Why you lying, motherfucker? Why you lying? Okay. That's exactly what she said. Okay. Well, what about Jack Brennan? You know, your boy. Because now she wants to see, is he going to lie to me about this? Because even if she doesn't know what he's lying about, if she could tell that he's lying, then she knows there's something more going on. and when she's mentioned Jack's name, Brennan's, Valentine's mouth twitched again, and this time like he almost spit. And I wrote down, he's always been weak for Anna. Ain't that what his daddy said? Victor was like, he's always weak for Anna. Yep, you could tell. Anna's still breaking his balls. Anna tells Valentine about her visit to see Jack. And he's like, why would you do that? It's just because I was curious. He's like, why haven't you? And then she says, well, why haven't you seen him? Aren't y'all old buddies? No, not me and him. He was, you know, really high academically and with all the ladies. And I was just kind of in the back. And she's like, no. Y'all used to hang out at the Archangel, and y'all would always be in the back, you know, he, because y'all done aced another assignment. She's no, y'all were buddies. He's like, no, not me. No, that was you. You and him were, because, you know, you were always challenging him. And I was like, oh, Valentine, you're not good at this espionage thing at all, are you? And maybe it's because we know he's no good, but I as a woman, that I know all my exes telltales. If you date them longer than a year, you know they're telltales. He was giving Anna all the info without even saying anything. He really was. He then tries to reverse the game and act like it was Anna that was all chummy with Brennan and not him. And she's like, well, I mean, so you weren't friends with him, but you did know him though, right? And he's like, oh yeah, of course. Lured him right back in. Okay, well, you know, where was I at? She said, did you ever get the sense that he was involved with Pikeman? And that's when Valentine questions her on this. She's like, well, yes. And that's when he tells her, well, no, I wish I had something to offer you, but I really don't. She's like, yeah, you just told me you do. You knew he was with Pikeman. That's what he told her. When he answered her, when she asked him that and he answered back, she knew right then and there that he was with Pikeman. He told her everything. I can't wait to hear the scene when she's talking with somebody else and she tells him what she's figured out. She's like, well, okay, well, I guess it was worth a try. I'll just go back and see Jack again. He's like, why would you do that? And she says, well, you know, see what else I can figure out since you're not telling me nothing. Valentine then warns her that Brennan and Pikeman have been working to. If Brennan and Pikeman are working together, then they are not to be messed with. And I'm like, oh, he's warning her. Did y'all feel the little cute threat? It was a cute threat, but that was a cute warning. I felt like that was a warning. She smiled. She said, thank you. I can handle myself. I can. I'm good. You better handle yourself. I already put tube in, pop in your daughter. That was bad. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up because this has been an extremely long video. Thanks for hanging out with me. I don't think that Anna is falling for any of Valentine's traps. Or any of it. I think she read through everything he was saying. And I can't wait to hear her thoughts on who she thinks is running stuff. Because she got something going on. She seen Brennan, now she seen him. And I think she was playing Brennan too. I think she was posturing Brennan, opening him up, you know, talking about his Australian, how the Australian man blowing his head up, stroking his ego to make him tell her the information she needed. Then she meant to go see Valentine and he confirmed it. That's my theory and I'm sticking with it too. GH proves me different. Anywho, guys, you are all amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. You guys be blessed. I'm about to work on part 2 now for yesterday. I'll see you guys in the morning. Mwah. Thank you again. Like and subscribe.